Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fignoob to Figmaster YouTube channel, your one-stop shop for everything Figma. In today's video, we'll be doing Figma Challenge 2. In this video, we're going to be creating a website, and we're going to do so by using all of the lessons and knowledge that we've learned in the past 10 videos. I want you to follow along with me as I create the website, but if you're feeling explorative, go ahead and make one on your own. But I want to make sure that you all know that no matter what happens and wherever you're at, you can always go back and look at the other videos for help. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the square tool and I'm going to make a header for my website. I'm going to go up here and I'm just going to do a very basic prototype, so I'm not going to use any imagery or anything super detailed, but I'm then going to take another rectangle and I'm going to use this as an image. So that's my base image in the top left corner. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a line and I'm going to put a line through it, and I'm going to copy, paste it again, hold shift, and then twist it. So now I know that anything with an X through it is an image. I'm going to take some text and I'm going to just go header. I'm going to take that text and I'm going to set it to this auto width, so that'll always be the same width as my header, and I'm going to increase the size up to, let's go 36. So then I'm going to grab some more text and I'm just going to type a bunch of random stuff to fill in the text box area. Good. And because this is body text, it's going to be smaller, so I'll probably go like there. And then I'm just going to increase the auto height so it's a little bit longer and more spread out. And I'm doing this right now by just dragging on the actual icon. Perfect. So then I have a base. I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to use the rectangle tool and I'm going to create another kind of subheader with little headers. And I'm going to copy, paste, paste, paste. So now I have 3 of them right here. And I'm actually going to change the color of these to just be black. And I'm going to overlap them on here. Good. And delete that one. I'm going to copy this text and I'm going to bring it down here. Set it there. And then bring my text box up so everything is flat. And then I'm going to create some on-page buttons. Copy, paste, there and there. And then I'm going to create a footer, which is going to just have some text in it. Text, footer, text, footer. So I have the basic outlines of a website here, nothing very detailed, but when I look over here on the left, it is just a mess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename stuff. So I'm going to click over here to rectangle 1 and I'm going to change it to header. And then I'm going to click on the rectangle 2, and the thing with this is I actually have 3 things here. I have line 1, line 2, and rectangle 1. So I'm going to click and select all 3 of those, and I'm going to do Command G and group them. So now I'm going to name the group image. Then I'm going to come over to here to the header, and it's already named header because that's what the text is. So I'm going to leave it exactly like that. I'll click on this one. I'll double click into it. I'm going to change it to top paragraph. I'm going to change this bottom one to bottom paragraph. Then I'm going to come over here to the rectangles. So we're going to be dealing with the same thing that we did with the image group. So I'm actually just going to grab all of my rectangles that were in here, and I'm just going to do Shift or Command G. So now I have another group, and that's going to be button bar. But I can't really tell which rectangle is which because it's just rectangle 3, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to click, and rectangle 3 is actually the background. So I'm going to do background, and then I'm going to click on rectangle 6, which is left button, rectangle 5, which is right button, and then rectangle 7, which is center button. Then I'm gonna come down to here and I'm gonna click on rectangle 8, which is our left on page button. We have the rectangle 9, which is the right on page button. And then we have rectangle 10 and text footer, which we want to group as well. So I'm gonna click both of them. I'm gonna click on rectangle 10, click shift, click text footer, and I'm gonna do Command G again to create another group and just call it footer. Perfect. So now everything is organized and named, but it doesn't look great yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my alignment tools. I want everything to be this width of the top header rectangle. So I'm gonna drag out a red line, and I'm gonna drag out another red line. So now we have our basic width. I can see that a lot of my stuff is going a little bit too wide. So I'm gonna grab onto my footer and I'm gonna drag it over, and I'm gonna double click into it so that I'm only changing rectangle 10. You gotta make sure that you're only changing what you actually want to change, because if I move the footer, it may affect everything that's inside of it versus just the rectangle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag in rectangle 10 here, which is my footer background. And now my footer, because it's on fit, will move right into the right size. I'm then gonna take this button and I'm gonna just drop it there for now. We'll adjust that later. But I can see that right now, if I click on my text box and I click option, I'm 40 pixels away from this left line. I want to be 40 away from this one, but I'm actually 31. So I need to go 9 over. So I'm just going to drag it and eyeball it. Now I'm way too far. Let's go back a bit. 43, so close. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I think that's 1, 2. 41. Okay, so now I'm just going to type it and change it. Perfect. So now we are 40 away on both sides. So then I'm going to take these buttons and I'm going to use my alignment tool and bang. Now I know that it's left aligned and I know that this one is right aligned, and they're all 40 away. 40, 40. Perfect. So then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to remember double click. So I'm only changing the background, line it up, and then this side should be lined up. Good. I'm going to take this, and now that I know that this is the width of the box that I want, I'm going to move it and I'm going to drag it right to the center. So now it's centered on everything. I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to drag it in, and I want it to be 27. Let's go 30. 1, 2, 3. Now we're 30 away. So if I click on here, we're 40 away. So I need to go 10 over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we are 30 away, and we should be 116, 115 over. And it's okay if it's one off. It's because the entire width is an odd number, so it's going to be off by a little bit. So then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab my header, and I need that to actually be more narrow because it's going to go off the side of the page. So I'm going to put it right there, and then everything fits together well. So I'm just going to grab my red line here, and I can either press the backspace or delete button, or you can just grab them and drag them off your screen, and now they're gone. So everything is good, everything looks good, everything fits. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a frame, and I am going to drag it here and just put it right next to it. I'm going to grab everything that I have here, drag and copy, and I'm just going to pull it into my frame. As you can see, it is cutting stuff off, and you can see it goes off my frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my frame, and I'm going to look for those red helpers. When I get over here, right there, I can see where the red dots, where the red X's appear. That means that I'm at the right width. And then I'm going to grab here, and there's nothing below the text footer. The footer should be the bottom of the page. So I'm going to drag up, and I'm going to leave it right there. So now everything is within a frame, and everything shows up here. Everything should be aligned. We renamed all of our sides, and I'm just going to rename frame 1 to website. Then I'm going to grab this frame, and I have right now, you can see clip content. That means if I drag my frame and make it smaller, it's just going to hide everything that's underneath it. But if I click it off, then I can still see everything. It just only has visibility to the part that the actual frame is. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna click on present key up in the top right. And once it loads, we should be able to see our website that we built. You can scroll up and down it. You can look at everything. You can interact with it if you know how to do interactions, but we'll cover that in a future video. But yeah, so now you can see everything that you have on here. If you click on this toggles up here, you can actually change the different views. So fit width, you can change it to fit width. You can switch it to responsive, so it's massive. You can switch it to fill screen, so then it just makes it bigger for you. Know that before you're gonna actually show this to anybody, you should really play around with these different views because some of them do kind of warp and mess things up. My favorite is fill screen for when I'm trying to show a large room of people, but it's totally okay to just do actual size if you're just looking at it. And like I talked about in the last video, is you can actually come on here and you can change it. So I'm gonna change it from header and I'm gonna copy it, I'm gonna paste it, and now I have 2 headers. And if I go back to my actual presentation, now there's 2 headers. So it'll auto update every time I make a change. And if you notice that it isn't auto updating and that it's falling a little behind, what you can do is just close this window and then reopen it, and it'll kind of refresh everything and everything should work perfectly for you. If you're interested in downloading Figma, go to the link in my bio and try it for yourself for free. And if you liked this video and want to see more videos just like this, make sure to like and subscribe to the Fignoob to Figmaster YouTube channel. See you next time.